Today we're talking about the summertime. Right now people are doing different things, and what do you do in this time? Is it an opportune time for you to do things that would make you ready for the fall and the winter, or it is just a time where you just kick back and relax? What do you do? I'm Paul R. Atkinson, and I'm with Successful Business Academy, and Agent Locator is the sponsor of this moment in time. I love them. I tell you so much that I'm grateful. So if you don't have information on Agent Locator and you're here for the first time, welcome. We're going to provide you with a few slides at about 30 to 40 minutes. That's going to help you to get more deals. That's the objective here. So right now, I'm very interactive. In case you don't know, I like people to participate. So I would, before we get started and while we wait for a few more people to come in, Bianca, please introduce yourself and tell them about Agent Locator. And in particular, one of the things that I want to say is that thank you, Agent Locator, because my newsletter that you're doing for me is phenomenal. I have a testimony. There was a guy yesterday that called, and it's like somebody in my database and like somewhat of a really close center of influence. And we were just nonchalantly talking, and they said, "Oh, I see your newsletter, and I'm getting the properties on from in my email. It's not bombarding me. So how is this happening? Like how can my CRM with Agent Locator send out the newsletter, and then at the same time, is something happening to monitor my clients or my database activities? Bianca, what's happening? I'm curious, and I want you to tell the audience.
Yeah, so for everyone here, I think most of the people here are with Agent Locator, but it's always good to kind of reiterate. So your system automatically sends new listings that match the prospect search criteria every day. It can do it up to 3 times a day, and you can also set this up within your CRM system. But we also strongly advise every agent to also reach out with some other content, just like Paul does with his newsletter. So we have this newsletter service if you don't know about this. So our lovely Alma can create and design the newsletter for you. She can even, together with you, curate the content of the newsletter. So it's always good to reach out. We tell to agents with other content than just the listings. Of course, you also have your drip campaigns as well, which we also encourage you to edit so they more match your style, your words, your kind of the vibe you're giving out. So yeah, and that's how it's possible for people in uh, Paul's database to be actively reaching out to him on the communications he's doing.
No doubt. Yeah, it's really, really good. So I appreciate that. And thank you, Bianca, for just talking about that. So let's get into the slides. And before we do, just one or two people that would introduce themselves. Bianca, you want to have two people come and say hello, and what would they like to achieve on our call today? Have a great session for you. What would you like to achieve? Like, what do what's one of the main things that you in our audience right now, two of you, what would you like to achieve at the end of our session? What do you want to walk away with? Because we want to make sure we hit the nail right on the head with the hammer. So you've got to tell me what you want to achieve. Two people.
Everybody, yeah, if everybody wants to talk, you can raise your hand. There should be a reactions button on the bottom of your Zoom. If not, I'm just going to pick somebody at random because it's very important for us to understand what you expect from Paul. And then he also tweaks his presentation during the presentation, so to say.
To suit you. To
Hmm.
suit you. So
We
tell
don't
me.
like we don't like any questions here to go unanswered. Okay, I'm just gonna pick somebody at random. Everybody's pretty shy. So maybe Tanya Scarlett. I give you the ability to talk. And let's go.
Hi there, how are you?
Hi, Tanya. We can hear you.
Hi, it's my first time here, so I'm just trying to kind of have an understanding of what kind of services you guys provide, and I was just going to really just kind of observe and yeah, kind of observe and see how this could help me with my day-to-day running my business, right?
That's wonderful, Tanya. Where are you located? What part of the world?
Toronto, Canada.
All right, excellent. And are you a real estate agent or a broker?
I am an agent, a realtor.
Wonderful. How many years, Tanya?
Almost five.
Beautiful, beautiful. So basically, you're here because you've been a realtor 5 years in the Toronto area, and you want to make sure that you're able to get some prospecting ideas in the summertime when it's slow. What should you be doing? Is that what you're saying, or something different?
Yeah, I'm looking at lead generation and I'm really looking at the AI component. So looking at whether I'm going to be looking to hire a marketing company to do that for me or if I'm going to do it myself. So yes, it is slow and like everywhere else. It is starting to pick up, but really, again, I want to focus more on lead generation and yeah, what I can do to get in front of more people.
This is so good. Thank you, Tanya. So
Thank you.
basically, you're welcome, and stay tuned and stay all the way to the end. We're going to show you some things, some very good things that you could be doing, at least 7 things that you could be doing in the summertime that will pretty much guarantee that you're going to get some callbacks and some interactions in the future, rest of the year. So there was also some chat. I saw someone says they want to do something with a pipeline. What's that, Bianca?
Yes. Yeah, so James, I know James from our training sessions. Hi, James. Tips on getting my pipeline filled during summer for the next 6 months and beyond. That's what he's looking to get.
This is beautiful. I love that objective for James as well, to get that pipeline filled. So Tanya and James looking to have more prospects. And do we use AI to do some of the tasks or not? Well, it's a really good question. Let's start broadcasting again. And here we go. I'm going to be sharing my screen again. So you'll be seeing everything that I am doing. And I'm not here to watch Netflix right now, but we're here to do this. Let's go. All right. So you're seeing the screen right now, and we're talking about turning your summer downtime into a fall opportunities. And what should you be doing right now to get more prospects in the summertime? It's simple. Some of the things you might think of, like, wow, I didn't even think of that, but you've got to have discipline, and we're going to show you how to do that. So I'm Paul Atkinson with Successful Business Academy, and what you should expect in our coaching session. Okay, so summer is typically a slower season in our marketplace. It's true, right? So some of the property sales are down. However, this doesn't mean that you should slow down with what you're doing in your prospecting. And we're going to be showing you some things that you should use, in particular, like I call it the IGA, income generating activity. And by the way, Tanya, grab a pen and paper, because what I'm about to give you is some secret stuff that only the top producers use. But I pray that you use it well and find it to be of value. So because top producers, they keep prospecting in the summertime. As a matter of fact, it's like a wheel that's always turning. You never stop prospecting, right? You have to keep going, and it's important. Now, the goal that we want to have is to be able to secure a strong and healthy pipeline for the fall and winter, like what James is saying. And you should always have that in your mind, on a monthly basis. Because when you prospects come back from their vacations or whatever they're distracted with, not talking to you, it could quickly turn into this hunting mode, and they just start to seek realtors. But when they seek these realtors, where will you be? And that's the important part. Will they have gotten a newsletter from you? Did they get a text message? Did they get some kind of communication? Are they aware of you? And that's what we're going to go deep into. Today, we learn the core activities that you should focus on this summer, right now, to keep the momentum going through the fall and winter. Our objectives right now is to talk about prospecting follow up, right? And how do you convert? So you've got this prospecting, but if you're prospecting and you're not following up, and if you're prospecting and following up and not converting, wow, then what's happening, right? So your objective right now is to think and to say to yourself, how am I going to be able to find my best assets? And we're going to talk about that. You are going to be considering learning what you need to succeed in your market today. Toronto, Canada. Tanya is from that area, that region. Discover how to get what you need, right? So after you figure out what it's going to take, you got to figure out what you need. You're going to find the number one reason why you should be doing these activities that I'm about to show you. And we're going to learn how you can start converting more leads into close deals with ease. And that's important. So, prospecting and converting, Successful Business Academy, our core circle of success primarily has two elements to it. One is the mindset, the second is your selling skills. In that little 10% with the PK, it's like, okay, there's a three component, third component, and it's product knowledge. But I kind of put that as a small value of how to close deals and how to get prospects and convert them. Because having a mindset, believe it or not, the right attitude, the positive mental attitude is 45% of your success in your business. But what am I talking about? Oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Well, you've heard of like this the secret. You've heard about manifestation. You've probably heard about my books, The Nuclear Mind, PE exercise, positive expectations, things like that. Dr. Joe Dispenza talking about whatever the mind can put together, blah, 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 blah. Sounds interesting. But guess what? In 1993, how many years is that? Tanya, James, over 33 years ago, I was failing in sales. And I recognized that my mindset and my dream, like a little child, could actually land me a new prospect today or tomorrow. So I'm not going to get real deep into it, but I want to touch on the surface. If you do not believe in yourself, and if you don't believe that you can think your way through getting more prospects and meditate on it and like wish it in this universe, in this life, then you need to be aware of that. Secondly, you need to have this selling skills because when you wish and you get these people, you need to know how to convert them. So, what is the selling skills that you're using? How are you getting these people to like you, to connect with you, and to move forward? So, it's important. And that's very, very important. So, your prospecting and converting is a total system that helps you to follow up and close. And you're following up in the summertime right now. Before we get into the slides, I can introduce you and make you aware of one system that I know that works because I wrote the book on it. I'm not here to sell you the book or sell you my style, but I'm just here to tell you find something like it. If not, you use it. First step when you're dealing with selling people. And why are we talking about this right now before we get into the activities? Because if you get people to come to you or to swing back around after the summer, and you do not have the ability to take them to step 5, which is closing, you're totally spinning your wheels, and you will do like 75% of what salespeople do in the industry. Fizzle out, phase out, never make it to top producer, and just fall to the wayside. So you got to have this. It's important. So in the 5 steps of the sales selling system, step 1 is conversation. And that's where you get your prospect to like you, to listen to you, to be hearing what you're saying, and you're just interacting like a connection thing. Step 2 is you make that prospect after they've done that, like you, listen to you, they are curious to see what your proposal is. They're curious to see what the list of properties that you might give them. They're curious to see how you could list their home and sell it. They're curious to see how you could find them a rental home. They're curious to see how you could sell their business. I don't know, whatever you're doing in real estate, they're curious. These are techniques. After you get to step 2, when they're curious, they are wanting to see your presentation. So they want to meet with you. They want you to get together with them at the Starbucks. They want to sign your buyer's broker's agreement. They want to just meet with you because you've done step 1 and step 2 so good. They're ready for you. Step 4 is like objection handling. Everybody has a little bit of objection because they're not certain. But objection are just questions in disguise. So you got to know how to handle them, right? And then step 5 is closing. So this is a selling system, and you must have one. So the core activities for you that you should focus on in the summer, let's talk about it. What is your prospecting plan? If you know that your prospecting plan must consist of some things, like what we're about to show you, and on top of your prospecting plan, you must have some selling system that you could use. How, how do you put this all together? All right, so booms, we showed you the selling system. What is your prospecting plan? This is the takeaway for you right now, along with the other couple of slides as we go through this deeper. You should be using an IGA, income generating activity method. What in the world is that? What is Paul talking about? IGA. What is an IGA? Well, Tanya, get your pen and paper. Write it down, what you see on the screen. Don't screenshot it. Physically write it down. It says use an IGA. You, Tanya, I want you to unmute your mic. And because we are here to make sure that you succeed and everybody else, I'm going to do the exercise with you. On your blank sheet of paper, I want you to write IGA for the summer. Tanya, tell me when you write that down.
Here.
You wrote it down?
I did.
Perfect. Now, the income generating activity is like going to a restaurant. Tanya, me and you say, oh, let's have lunch. We go to the restaurant. Bianca comes over and she says, hey, would you guys like some water, coffee, tea, or cocktail? And we both say, oh, we take some water. And then she hands us this menu. You and I, Tanya, are sitting across from each other and we're looking at the menu. And I'm just going through it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that burger looks good. I don't know. I mean, the fish looks good. I'm excited. My mouth is salivating. And I'm like, Tanya, what you gonna have? I'm trying to get ideas because everything is fabulous. An income generating activity is a menu that you're creating right now, Tanya, that would list all of the activities that you like to do for the summer in particular. So why don't we write 3 things down right now, Tanya? Let me give you an example. On that list, make phone calls. Let me keep going. Postcards. Tanya, give me 2 more. What could you do? Income generating activity. If you make phone call as a realtor, that's an activity that could generate income. If you post postcards, what else could you do? Give me two. Two, Tanya, two.
Emails, door knock.
Beautiful. My girl, my girl. Thank you. So, as you could see, this income generating activity is something that's very important. So, you want to make an income generating an IGA system for you to have and follow through with. But listen, there's more to it. You can make this list. And why do you make it? Because you use this list to create, look, the next thing. Plan the night or the morning before the day. When you have this list of activities that you like to do and you put it up on your wall by your desk or you put it in your phone or whatever, and you start to make your plan of the day, you're going to look at this list just like you sit down with the menu and you're going to say, what am I going to do today? Today's Thursday. What do I feel like doing? I just bought a new dress. You know what? I'm going to do some door knocking. This is a nice summer dress. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to wear my name tag and I'm going to go knocking on the door. Hello, your property just expired. It just canceled and I'm the best realtor in the community. What are you going to do? But the key to this thing of prospecting with an IGA is that you're doing things that you enjoy. Enjoy. You're doing what you like. Let me tell you something. I've been in sales 33 years. Whether I'm selling you a house or I'm partnering with you to list a house or whatever, to work with you as a realtor, or I'm selling a car, or I'm selling whiskey, or I'm selling cell phones, or I'm selling a teacup, it doesn't matter. You need to enjoy your prospecting method. And that's the system that works and will keep you going for generations and decades. I've done 3 decades. And how do you not get burnt out? Knock on wood. How do you not get your health taken away from you? I'm grateful. How do you survive and continue to make 6 figures and 7 figures every year? If that's what you want, then really, really pay attention. Stay focused. You need to follow through each day. And when you create this IGA system and you start to plan your days with the activities like Tanya just mentioned, making phone calls, posting ads, knocking on doors, and anything else that you could come up with that has to do with making an activity to generate income, that will help you. But you must follow through each day with a little bit of a dream, like a child. You see, Tanya, you listening to me? Say yes.
Yes, I'm here.
When you make this plan for tomorrow, Friday, in the morning, before you get ready to go into the activity, I want you to dream a little bit. And please, if you're going to do this over the next 7 days, Tanya, and the next 30 days, would you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
If you follow what I'm telling you, and if it works, would you, one, call me or text me on WhatsApp and tell me it works, or it doesn't work? Or you could go to successfulbusinessacademy.org or just go to Successful Business Academy on Google and leave a review. And you could say, 5-star, Paul, it works. Or 2-star, Paul, it don't work. If you do it, I promise you, you'd probably give me 5 stars. I'm grateful in advance. Dream a little. When you have this plan and you say, okay, I'm going to get up tomorrow's Friday. I'm 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and make phone calls. Then 10 to 1, I'm going to knock on doors and blah, 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 including the family time. And then you just close your eyes before you get started and you say, oh my goodness, take some deep breaths. You know what? Today's a good day. When I make these phone calls, I'm telling you, people are going to answer the phone. I'm going to get a new listing. I feel it already. Crazy. Sounds crazy, but guess what? It's real. But the issue here is we don't have the ability to meditate and to practice this because our mind is all over the place. We're all over 35 years old. Most of us here, I would imagine so. And we have all these been built in and just redundant habits that we can't silence the mind. But unlike you, 30 years ago, 33 years ago, I discovered what I'm telling you, and I've kind of like mastered it now, and I know what it takes to break it through. You will have to be doing this for 21 days straight to 30 days to transform yourself. So dream a little. Let's continue on. You want to be posting on social media and you want to send out a newsletter. Agent Locator could help you with a newsletter. They would do a real good job at that. You could do it yourself. You want to talk about catchy topics. So, for example, this summer, if you check out the news in the United States, or in Florida, the governor launched on July the 15th, $50 million. He released $50 million for down payment assistance. I knew that coming into July 1st. So I made sure I got with Bianca's team and I dropped it on my newsletter. And for the delivery of, I think it was July 18th, it went out. I already started getting some feedbacks already. And it's a catchy topic because I talk about in Florida, there is now up to $35,000 for first time homeowners who want to buy a home from the state of Florida. It's a catchy topic. What is catchy? Sometimes I talk about how to do something in your garden right now and create curb appeal. What is catchy? What's catchy? Get something that's catchy that would be of value to people and send it out. Text the clients with these catchy topics. I text my clients and I say, hey, did you hear about this first time home buyers? In particular, I'm giving you a live example right now. But it's a day to day, it's a month to month thing as I go through the year because things are happening and I'm grabbing this relative content and I'm passing it on very mildly. Post on social media, newsletters, catchy topics, kind of like talk about it, and texting the clients too. And then you should catch up with your friends in the summertime too. I call my friends and my center of influences. Center of influences are people that can actually give you a deal. So I have some friends that they work into a hospital or they work into Broward County Sheriff. They're policemen. And I will call them up and I said, I did this month. Hey, what's up, man? How's you and the wife? Virgil, how's you and the wife doing, buddy? Hey, listen, you guys want to grab some dinner and let's get together. Yeah, they're my COIs. I've been knowing them for 15 years. I've sold him 5 houses. It's worth to buy him dinner and just relax with him for a little bit. And most important, during this summertime, rest well. Do some exercises, rest yourself, make sure you're balancing your life. I like to say that. And most important, second, you should clean up the database. So, cleaning up your database, you can go through. I was checking on my database the other day. I called one guy named Nick, and because I saw him on the site, and I say, "Hey, Nick, have you found something yet?" "Yes, Paul, I found something in January." "Okay, he didn't use me. So, what do? I put him in the right place, right? He bought a house. I tried to search the county to find the address of the property. I found it because his name was there, and I put him in a bin of like being a seller. I took him from a buyer bin and I took him to a seller. It took me 5 minutes to do that. So you got to stay on top of your database. That's very important. So why do salespeople fail? Harvard Business Review. This is one of the things they say right here. And they say that we're not trusted. They say that we don't know how to really have a conversation effectively. This is just a wake up call. They say we can't explain how our solution helps them. They say we're too self centered. They say we're wrong. We're using the wrong closing strategy. We don't alleviate the risk of buying. All these things. But the most important thing is the last thing. They say we can't establish a connection with the buyer. So, how do you transform yourself today? If you want to be able to prospect, and listen, when you have connection with people, if people like you, listen to you, trust you, and believe in you, your summers are just a matter of like refreshing who you really are. And when the winter and the fall comes, you're popping like popcorn. But let me tell you a little bit about me. Look, that guy, I started in recruiting 1993. And I've used what I've telling you for multiple different platforms when it comes to sale. So I've been in sales since 1993 as that young man right there on the right side of the screen. That's Bob on the left. Bob was my supervisor. Look at, hey, Tanya, look at Bob's face. Don't he look like he's happy? Look at him. What do you think? Are you still there? Bianca. She silenced herself. Bianca, tell me, does Bob look like he's happy or is sad?
He looks somewhere in between, to be honest.
I was looking at it the other day and look at his finger. Do you see where he's pointing? Look at his right finger. He's pointing at the plaque that we got. And look at me holding that trophy because we're the number one consistently. Being in the top number 1% nationally using the proven systems of prospecting in the summertime, wintertime, anytime, and actually converting your leads because you got to have a selling system when you prospect. And these things are what you should know to use when you're using a good follow up system. Because let's just bring it all together and then we're going to wrap this up. You're not prospecting, and I've showed you a few little things how you could do to get prospects new. But if you don't follow through with the prospecting with follow up, and then from the follow up, you go to some kind of closing method, it just won't work. So, first, prospecting, follow up, close, right? Prospecting system, follow up system, closing system. Three separate systems you must have. What is a good follow up system? It has to have motivation. That means you're motivated to reach out to the people for whatever reasons, whatever motivates you. It has discipline. So that means you are doing it on a consistent basis. No matter what happens, you're doing the follow up. Tools that you could use to have discipline and motivation, your calendar, uh, not a paper calendar. I recommend a digital calendar like your iPad or whatever it is, Google Calendar, whatever it is. You should call people, you should leave a voicemail, and you should text them. That's a follow up system. A lot of people out there, a lot of coaches, a lot of people tell you don't leave a voicemail. I say different. I'm going to call you. If you don't answer, I'm going to leave you a nice voicemail why I'm calling you, and I'm going to make you curious to call me back with what I say to you. And then I'm going to text you that I just left you a voice message, and I'm going to make you curious to listen to the voice message and to curious to call me back. That's interesting. You should use an intentional selling system. So, what is your selling system, right? It should be selling by connecting with the people. It should be selling by creating the curiosity with the people. And it always create awareness. They know who you are and where to find you. And then your follow-up system, it sticks to the plan of the day. So if you create all these activities, your follow-up system is built into your daily activities. So it sticks to the plan of the day. So let's bring it all together. And now we're open for any questions that you have. And as you can see, it's like 40 minutes in and it's beautiful timing. Now, let's just summarize. We said at the beginning we want to turn the summertime into a fall of opportunities. And I always say you should do this, right? Based on this topic. You need to build your social currency. And what is building your social currency? I'm talking about wearing your uniform or wearing something that identifies when you're a realtor out to the supermarket, out to pick up your kids from school, out to or summer camp or whatever you're doing. I don't care. I just wear my top that says my brokerage firm, or I wear a name tag. It doesn't matter. If I'm working for the summer, I'm working. And you should do that. And when you get connected, people always ask me as I'm out there, "Oh, you're a realtor? How do they know that? Because I got on a hat that says I'm a realtor, I have on a shirt that says I'm a realtor, or I have a name tag that says I'm a realtor on my person. Not on my car, maybe on my car too, but I'm talking on my person. I go to wash the car, I'm a realtor. I go to pick up the dry cleaner, I'm a realtor. I go to the supermarket to buy my lunch, I'm a realtor. Interesting. Social currency, build it. And but you should also have the ability to communicate and be approachable. You have a nice smile, you look people in the eye. Good morning. Good afternoon. How you doing? Walk around like you're the darn mayor of the town, like you own the key to the city. Isn't that interesting? You should connect with people in the first 60 seconds. My persona is one that is so defined over the past 30 years that I walk into a room and no matter where, I go wash the car, do whatever I do, and people tend to gravitate towards me because it's 30 years of transforming all that I've just told you. But this is a lot that I've just told you. Scan the QR code right now and connect with me. That QR code right there, make sure you scan that or write down my number. But you want to be able to connect with someone in 60 seconds. And there's an art to do that. You look them in the eye, you see what they're wearing without looking them up and down. I'm looking straight in your eyes, but at the same time, my peripheral vision is telling me you have on a Nike shoes, or you have on a black shoes, or you have on a shirt. I can tell. I practice, practice, practice over and over and over again. And I love what I do. And it's a beautiful world out there when you have a nice selling system and you're happy with what you're doing for prospecting. So in 60 seconds, how can you connect with people? If it's not the 5 steps of the sale technique, just find a way to connect with people very quickly. You've got it in you. Think about the time when you were in grade school or a little kid. You go to the monkey bar and you say, "Hey, Johnny, do you want to play with me? Come and play with me." Get back to those days of connecting with the human being very easily. People buy from who they trust and who they like. So if you don't have this in your prospecting system for the summer, winter, fall, anytime, you are more than likely are going to fizzle out. You should be becoming what people like, and you should have the ability to focus on yourself being in that realm of that top producing person. So become what people like is your focus. You want to be able to focus on what people like, and that's just who you are. Now, go practice what you've heard today, right? And remember, you can get in with coaching call if you like. And this is how you could reach me and scan the QR code. And now I would like to know, Tanya, are you still there? James, are you still there? And anybody else, what is your 1 to 2, or what is your takeaway? What is it that you've learned from this session, if anything at all? The mic is open. Please tell us what you have taken away from this session today.
Hi, Paul. It's Tanya. I'm still here. You know what? I think it really comes down to, discipline, routines, and staying focused. I am doing a lot of the activities of daily calling and emails and follow-up newsletters, all of it. I think it's maybe just finding one and perfecting it. And I do resonate very much with the comment about meeting someone, and you've got that 60 seconds really to build a relationship, eye contact, and make it impactful, that they'll remember you.
So true. So true. I'd like for you to take my challenge. Are you up for it? That can you do it for 7 days at least, minimum, or
Well,
21
I,
days?
I, I do it every day. I
Oh,
will do
good.
it. I will do it.
Okay. All right, beautiful. Remember, I want you to, from tomorrow on, from when we get off the call, begin the rest of the day, take a moment and just Turn off the device or put your phone down, put it on silent. Get in a silent room where you are right now. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe, just focus on your breathing in and out. Breathe it in and out. And then imagine the rest of the day. If you got to pick up your daughter from school, son for, I don't know what you got to do, cook dinner for, it doesn't matter. Any activity, I want you to imagine it goes well and you feel it going well. And then just see how it goes and just kind of live that for now. Pretend we're kids. We're kids. Imagine it. And do it for tomorrow and do it for Saturday and do it for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, all you can, and see if you do not get one person, 2 people, 3 people. If you keep going the rest of July and into August, see if you don't start to get some people come to you from the activities you're doing. All of a sudden, you walk into the store, somebody says they want to buy a house. All of a sudden, your phone call comes in. And if it happens, please let us know by going to Successful Business Academy on Google and leave a review. And if it doesn't happen, leave a review too. Don't matter.
Will do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Who else would like to give their feedback on what it is that they've taken away from this session today?
I have
James?
something. I have something. If I don't know if James is still here. Yes, he is. You
Mm.
can write in the chat, James. I can also give you the ability to talk. But I just wanted to circle back on something you said, Paul, which is quite often that you called somebody from your database. I think his name was John, and that he already bought the property, and that you just simply you knew it was a database cleanup exercise, and that you just simply moved him from buyer to seller, potential seller. And if you could just reiterate on that situation, uh, because we have a lot of clients who, call their leads, they haven't been calling them for a while, and they get into the same situation. Oh, I've already purchased, I've already sold. So kind of just that mindset of seeing that as a future opportunity for yourself.
Sure, absolutely. On your screen right now, Bianca is asking me to recapture our discussion on clean up the last one right there. Clean up your database, and it's something that you have to do often, as often as daily, weekly, or monthly. But it's your database. You're in the business of data mining, and you're out there capturing people's name, email, phone number. You're at the grocery store and you're wearing a uniform, and somebody says, "Oh, you're a realtor," and you're like, "Yeah, I am. Would you like to buy?" Or somebody wants to buy or sell a property. "Oh, yeah, I want to buy one day." "Okay, great. Can I put you in my database and send you a newsletter?" "No, I'm checking out I can't do it right now." "Okay, well, do you want to go to my website? Here's my business card. Go and log in." Okay. When you have 15,000, 10,000, 1,000, 100 people in a database, you need to keep tabs on it. So I saw that there was a gentleman named, it's Nick, it's not John. Bianca, thank you. Good
Sorry,
memory.
Nick.
It's it's
Very
okay.
bad memory.
That's
Sorry.
that's good. That's good though. So
I
I
knew
saw,
that was the generic one. At least I got the
yeah,
number of
y-
letters right.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. So Nick was like, I saw Nick in the database where he's still touching on properties. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like a $400,000 buy. That's like three times four. That's like $12,000. Those things motivate me, right? I use it in my brain to motivate me. Come on, Paul, you better make this call. You better do something because it's worth. He's a $400,000 buyer. 3 times 4 is 12. It's potential $12,000. Get your butt off the ground. So that's my mental system. I reach out to Nick with a phone call he didn't pick up. I text him, "Hey Nick, how's it going, buddy? Are you and the wife still looking for the home? Did you see anything you like?" Text back, very cold. "Oh, we already bought a house in January." So I'm like, to myself, I'm like, so what the heck are you doing on my website? So anyway, I just said, "Okay, wonderful, congratulations. I'm so glad to hear. Listen, if you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, rent, or anything, please remember me first." He texts back, "Okay." And I said, "Congratulations on the new home." And he says, "Thank you." I jump in the county records. I put in the name, Nick, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Thank goodness he popped up. I said, oh, look at that address. He bought 555 Sycamore Street, blah, blah, blah. And I put the address that he bought as an anniversary date of July 2026. No, January. He told me January. I put it for January 2026 into the system. So now in my CRM, this name was not deleted. It was just converted into a potential seller um, in the future. I changed him from being a buyer. He's no longer a buyer. He's now a seller. He didn't buy with me, but he's reading my newsletters. He's going to be getting my holiday greetings. He's going to be able to access my website whenever he wants to. Maybe he has a coworker. And this is so important. So what Bianca is saying is information on people is valuable and you should never delete it. You should always keep it, nurture it, and put it in the right direction, in the right folder that it belongs. A buyer's a buyer, a seller's a seller, a tenant is tenant, a landlord's a landlord. And they all get drip emails to them accordingly. And I've been doing it religiously for 13 years. And it does bring you people calling you, wanting to buy, sell, rent, and lease, and whatever you call it. Bianca, does that help to cover what you
Yes.
wanted to cover? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It's a situation many of our clients face, and they kind of get, disappointed and all the set of feelings you also said you have, like, oh heck, so why are you on my website browsing and kind of that. But I really like how you moved out of that feeling and just said, okay, so this is the future seller, this is the future opportunity, he's staying in my database. And this is
Yeah.
something we always like to tell people. So you see, these leads are good, it's just that you probably didn't do the follow-up correctly, you didn't
Mm-hmm.
reach out in time, you were a bit slow, you were caught up with other deals, and
Yeah.
then it slipped through the cracks. So,
Right. And I could tell you this, believe in the universe, right? Believe in whatever you believe. Here's the one thing. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes when I get those disappointments, my heart skip a beat and I'm like, oh my gosh, I try to beat myself up. But then look at the blue to the left, 45% mindset. It's my attitude. I have a nuclear mind system. So I say to myself, you know what? Nick didn't buy with me, but he bought with somebody else. But I give thanks. I'm give gratitude because that person must have needed the money more than I did. Maybe they needed it more than me, and it's okay. I'm glad that realtor got that deal. It's great. And I just say, okay, now I got him as a seller. Let me see what I could do over the next couple of years. God willing, I'm still here. So take everything with a grain of salt and take it in a positive direction. 45% of your success comes from your attitude, your mindset, your positive thoughts, not the negative ones. And that's important. Anything else you guys want me to brush over? Any other feedbacks? Bianca, how would you like to close this out?
so thank you everybody for coming here today. Thank you also, Paul, for this really lovely presentation. It's really good to kind of remember that it may be summertime, but that doesn't mean we cannot prospect for our business, even if it's just without sphere of influence or just, as you saying, building up that social currency. And we
Yeah.
hope to see many of you in Paul's next session. We are still kind of brainstorming the topics we could do, and I hope we see you next month. And we are excited for Paul always.
Oh, thank you so much. And anything in the chat
Oh,
before we go on the chat?
Chris raised his hand. Just a second, Chris. I'm gonna give you
Okay.
the
Okay.
ability to talk. Here we go, Chris.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
Hey
Hello,
guys.
Chris.
Hey
Hi.
guys.
Hi,
Sorry,
Chris.
I've been running around today a little bit. I've been checking in here, and yeah, I haven't raised my hand here in my voice. But
Hmm.
one thing that I wanted to mention, aside from thank you for having us, by the way. folks. And one thing I wanted to mention added to your presentation is obviously try to stay automated and have a system and drip campaigns and whatnot. But what I've really resonated with over the years, I've really been a people person, and even my brother, we work together. And let's say we host an open house or something, there's just people jumping at me coming to the open house because I've just met so many people physically, right? And I think the main thing that is really missing in the industry is that human connection, meeting people in person, um, trying your best to have that face to face. And it doesn't even have to be only about real estate, right? 100%. But a lot of folks are really, really tired of the texts, the emails that are very generic. If you just meet them, they almost prefer a phone call. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure if that helps, but I mean, it's really resonated with me over the years, even prior to real estate. Um, they just like to chat with a human being, even other realtors too, right?
Hmm.
You want to get a deal done, and another realtor is just basically sending um, email response back or text, right, to negotiate, and it's just easier to hop on a call and get it done, right? So I think added to what you said is go out, meet businesses, meet people, the small mom and pop shops, drop off a card, drop off a flyer, or just say, hey, can I advertise you? Can I do a video for free for you guys? Right? I don't want anything out of it, but I want to be a master of this neighborhood, right? What is it that you guys offer? And just meet the owners too, right? So I'm not sure if that's going to help too much. I might be blabbing too much, but
No, everything is helpful,
I,
Chris.
I
What's your
think,
biggest takeaway? What's your biggest takeaway from what we discussed about your summer prospecting? What's your biggest takeaway?
I mean, I
Right.
think it's the biggest opportunity. Everybody's taking a break, and you're the one that's grinding and going out there meeting people, and or if doing the calls, the emails, locking down open houses, meeting people that way.
Nice.
Um, you know,
I see.
I,
I
I I
see.
think that I just mean this in general, right? I think it's the biggest opportunity because many are just taking it off, having the mindset that
Yeah,
it's slow,
beautiful. There
right?
it is. Yeah, there it
And
is,
it's
guys.
like it's
Yeah,
not.
that's
That's when
good.
you got to go the hardest and grind. Listen, my
Good.
father got sick 5 years ago, and it's been really
Good.
tough because he had a stroke 5 years ago. So I got to always keep up on the care on him. But
Right.
my time is limited. Automate and what's that big word? Delegate. Automate,
Yeah.
delegate, and meet people in person,
Nice. I
right?
think what Chris is saying right now, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, is like, listen, the summertime downtime is a tremendous opportunity for
It is,
you,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, to get out there. That's beautiful, Chris.
yeah.
Well
But it's
said.
gonna
Well
it's
said.
gonna it's gonna be hard, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
realtors do take the opportunity, but they
Yeah.
also like want to wind down. And there's a saying in real estate: if you want to get busy in real estate, take a vacation. Every single time you want to take 2 days off, you're getting hammered with calls or emails or folks that want to
Balance.
sell or buy or whichever, right? So it's tough. For that reason, delegation is great, right?
Yeah.
Have an admin that is on top of things till and pay them extra to be able to work late if they have to, right?
No doubt.
Have your network of realtors. If you got a team and your team is off on vacation, or your partners, whatever, have someone in the office or someone different that you can depend on, right?
Yeah.
Well,
True.
so, but yeah, definitely, I think what you said is gold, liquid
Beautiful.
gold, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Because
Thank you so
if
much. I
if you
appreciate it.
don't take that
Mm.
opportunity during the winter and the summer, like if you're not relevant, if you're not in the public's face, then what?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not all perfect, right? I mean, I think
Hmm.
that being over the top with generic marketing is generic marketing. Differentiate yourself, meet the people, be there, like throw your shoes on and go shake hands, right?
Hmm. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Thank you very much, Chris. Is there anybody else? Chris, very valuable. Really appreciate you. We get what you're saying. And the summertime is a valuable time that you could show who you really are. And also the winter too. And if you're out there, you just answer your phones and you just get the deals. I agree with you. Is
If
there
someone's
anybody
looking
else?
at, I apologize, if someone's
Good.
looking at a home or wanting to look at a home or they're interested in trekking through a foot of snow, they're serious. So
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
that opportunity as well, right? Like
True that.
there's
Yeah.
you can get close, 2 deals in a month, let's say, but it's December, January, right?
True.
It doesn't have to be 10 or 15 or 5. So there is people still looking because they know that the opportunity is there, right? And if you're selling in the winter, it's not the ideal time, right after Christmas or after New Year's, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Chris.
Anyways, I won't take too long. Anybody else? I
Thank you.
guess
Thank you,
can
Chris.
add.
Yeah. Anybody else want to have a closing remark? Please feel free. We have 1 minute left, 60 seconds. Bianca, anyone else have their, or in the chat, does anybody said anything that they would like to close out with? And if not, Bianca, please close us out.
Yeah. So I'm going to start again by thanking everyone for coming here today, taking the time of the day to listen to Paul. Take the opportunity, scan the QR code, get your coaching call. It's free as long as I can remember. The first time it's free. Get some tips, get some motivation for Paul. He's kind of like this endless energy ball, which can really motivate you to work your
Thank you.
database and do the things you really don't want to do when you know you
Yeah.
have to do them. So
We had to filter out my timing, so it's no longer free. I think it's $47 for a call, but just text me on WhatsApp and I'll connect you. Don't worry. Just yeah, if you text me with that number, I'll give you something free from Agent Locator because Paul is being dragged all over the place. So there's a $47 filtration system in place now.
Look at that.
too many
Hefe.
agent locator
Hefe.
clients reach out and Paul said, like, I can't do this anymore.
So only serious inquiries only. So, but
Yeah.
I got you guys. Love you guys. So don't worry. I got you.
Appreciate the time.
You're welcome. Chris, thanks for the comment. Also, Tanya, James, everyone, take care of yourself. Go prospect. Enjoy the summer. Enjoy your family. And wear your uniform. Get some deals. Bianca, always a pleasure. Please close us out and take care. Go right ahead, Bianca.
Thanks, everyone. See you next month then on next Paul's presentation.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye,
Take care,
everyone.
folks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.